Okay, let's get rolling. We have, let's pull up the entire screen. Sorry, you're going to see that for a second. Okay, let's go over this Vanquish. We had open positions on spreads earlier. On here, we can only do Qs. Again, I've been sharing this. We started this yesterday. It's a spread option prop firm. And so far, so good. We're up $694 for the day. Holy moly. With the expectation for a possible 500 extra. So very nice there. On here, we had that major bounce. Look at that reversal setup. Again, I got to delete some of these lines. I got to clean this up, but I'll keep it for now. We had a morning doji star reversal. Bang. Nice buck. Got to get over that 650 though. That is bullish, or more bullish, I should say, because we are just whipsawing and yucky. We got stopped on those 190 to 197, 190 to 170 put spreads that we opened on the second half after we closed the call spreads at the top from the top. And I'm basically flat for the day on spreads. I'm green for the day on trading, thankfully, but I am looking to open another spread. I just wanted to see if we had some strength. And I was looking, I should have grabbed put spreads when we were dropping there, but I missed my opportunity. So I may have to wait a little bit here. We got a little flag here on the 2-minute. EMAs are still holding and strong. Let's see if we get back up to that 708 if we could break this 650 here. Okay. Just give me 1 second here. Okay. So again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to share. We had beautiful trades, shorting the top here, getting a call credit spread there. Absolutely beautiful. And we'll go over that again here, why we did that. So 9 EMA tap, 9 EMA tap, 9 EMA tap. That's 3. Usually around 3 to 4. Starts to get a little weaker. On Friday, where we had that major move, it was, I think, 4, possibly a 5th. But then you could see the EMA starting to curl. And then we could talk about how the EMA taps got really close here. I mean, this was within 5-10 minutes of each other. You could see upper wicks forming on this one, small move after that, upper wicks forming here, and we start to get some resistance. So that's why we went short and got covered call credit spreads there. Just wanted to do that. I've noticed that you do different contracts amounts for the NDX call credit spread for this versus the put credit spread. So it's not different amounts more so. I mean, obviously, yes. But I try to stay in between, as of right now, where my account size is, around 20 to 35 contracts. In this case, I got 20 contracts on both, I believe. Yeah, 20 contracts on both. On the call side, I actually got 30. And you can see I'm kind of down $150 there. I think it's like 167 on the actual account. So how do I decide the number of contracts? Kind of just depends on my intuition, my thoughts, my mental, on what I'm okay with losing, as well as how, like, the probability I believe that it's going to be, profitable. I was in a QQQ put from near the top earlier this morning, but exited too early. How do you decide when to get out? That is a great question. That is a great question. I want to keep that there because that was a nice level. So that is a great question. Okay. First off, I want to ask if you could type in the chat what was your reasoning for the put. I just want to hear that. I mean, again, I kind of just shared my reasoning, but what you could do here is, depending on how many contracts you have, let's say you have 2 contracts, trim one, set the stop at break even. If we start to break down like we have here, then move that stop. So if your entry is $2, you trim at 220. I set your stop at 2. In this case, you definitely wouldn't have been stopped out. When we're getting here, it's contracts definitely got to be over 3. Then set your stop at 250. When we get here, it's probably at 450. So your stop at like 350. That's kind of how I do it personally. And personally, I just want to state, as a trader, I'm more of a scalper in a way. So I'm in your same boat. And I've said this for 10 years. I've said this publicly. I personally, sadly, am not the greatest at holding things as well. But I've worked on that a lot, and that is something that has worked for me. Being able to hold things, even if it's less amount of contracts, that's perfectly fine. You're still riding it, and you're still getting that extra possible profit on that trade. For the EMA tabs, does the number of tabs change depending on the time frame? So I like to look at the 2, 3, and 5. Yes, it does change on the amount of time frames. Again, forgive my 4 million lines. Let me delete them just for a second here, though. On the 5 minute, we actually didn't even have. Well, I guess we had one tap at 9:40. But on the 2 and 3, in this case, I want to look at the 2. You could say we had the tap there, tap, tap, tap. I personally consider this a tap because we're in the breakout now. Tap, tap, tap. Now, it doesn't mean it doesn't have to hit it exactly, because in this case, it's kind of lagging. It's probably like a couple points off there, but that is technically considered a tap to me, and what has worked for me. Same thing kind of here. And you can see what I'm looking at here is you could see the slowing down up here, those wicks, and then the curling of the EMA. So we had this curling of the EMA before this drop even happened. So that's why, it looked really good there for me. Is it worth selling put spreads this late in the day? Yes, it could be. And am I looking to do that? Possibly, yes. If we get a dip and we kind of hold, yes, I am. I already had put spreads, didn't work out. I got stopped. Had been trying to catch the top earlier, saw overextension on heat seeker nodes. Love that. Looked to be slowing upward momentum, as you had mentioned. Yes, 100% JJ. So that's great. But yeah, that's how I basically do my exits now. Whether I'm in futures, whether I'm on contracts, that's how I'm doing it. I've been trading for 10 years. Yes, I am 27. I've been trading since junior year in high school. It's down a bit from trying to count the touch earlier. So once I went green, I was relieved and got out. Yeah, I know. And that's kind of like a mental thing. It could be sizing too. So let's say if you're sizing too heavily, it could be mental. I'll get off the screen in a second. I'm just answering these. Actually, hold on. Actually, no, never mind. Do you trade on OPEX? Yes, I do. How late would you put on a trade into Power Hour? Depends on if there's a setup there for me personally. So that could depend on day by day to answer that question. Stick to the same size. I'd probably stick to the same sizing. No reason to double up unless it feels like a full 100% probability. So that's what I'm kind of looking at there. What a cool life. Thanks. Okay, let's dive into trading. If you guys have any questions, again, ask. I do not care to answer anything. Okay, wait, this is what I want to do. I want to do this. Let's pull this up. And then let's add. Where do I add this? Let me get rid of my face. We don't really need that. Oh. Is the screen too small when I do this? Let me know. I thought I'd leave those there. to make it clean. Why is it chat? I live in New York. I live 45 minutes north of the city. Let me know if the screen is too small here when I have it in this setup. Let's try and add some new things. I want to see. It looks like it's bigger here. And we can get rid of the chat too. I was just trying some things out. Okay, let me answer this. Give me 1 second, guys. Again, if you guys have any questions, let me know. I am looking for trades. We are starting to break out here. Okay. Okay. Now, let's see. Okay, so it is a little small. What about that? No, actually, screw this thing. This chat. There we go. That's much better. Let's just do that. Okay. Okay, let me answer these questions really quickly. I've noticed you in Alertify. Yes, I am using it. And people will be able to copy trade starting tomorrow or Friday, I think. They are adding spreads. I got them to add spreads. So that is great. That's going to be a little beta testing. So I don't want to go crazy on that. But they are adding spreads. Someone just actually asked me that too. So that's interesting. Where upstate? Westchester. And don't you dare say it's upstate. I'm in Tesla $600 calls for 618.26. I probably have like 4,000 levels on Tesla too. Forgive me. Oh, I do. Oh, disgusting. Okay, Tesla. Okay, first off, we need to break these highs where my cursor is, 475-ish, going across the top there. Also, it kind of just depends on the earnings too, because their earnings have been in and out. And obviously what they have going on, Robotaxi, Optimus, what else do they have? Just all that good stuff, So that is one thing I would watch with Tesla, but I don't hate that trade. I mean, I like Tesla. I own a Tesla. Honestly, great car. I didn't even get it for the electric thing. I don't care about electric or gas. I really couldn't give a damn. I got the Model X because it's something I wanted for years. And then I finally said, okay, I'm going to pull the trigger. Am I long QQQ right now? I am not long. I'm not in anything right now, actually. Other than, I'm not in anything other than Rivian for the swing, which is down right now. And I do plan to add as we are getting close to my area. Yes, Alertify is adding spreads. I got them to add spreads. They are working on that. They told me this week. But, give them time. It is what it is. You're in Queens. Very cool. Where can you link up Alertify to Webull, E-Trade? Alertify links to Webull, E-Trade, and 2 other brokers right now. I drive a Model 3. It's an amazing car. Honestly, yeah, it's great. I've test driven the 3XSY, or the sexy, but I got the X. I was going to go with the X. Yeah, I know. So this is a great one. Um, so I use another firm called Peakbot right now, and it is great. No, nothing wrong at all. Um, and well, they copy my spreads and everything, and it's been exceptional. Um, so that's another firm I actually do the automatic spreads on right now. It's lower size, um, and it works great. The slippage, I really haven't seen that much issues on it. It could be, especially if we do NDX. We mix up strikes and do a debit spread. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. Rundown on NVIDIA. Yes, I 100% can. Do I work with him? No. I mean, I know him. I don't like work with him more so. Let's go over this. Rundown on NVIDIA going into earnings tonight. We'd love to hear your thoughts and analysis. First off, obviously, we have no clue what the hell is going to happen. They can report good earnings and still have a down, downside move. Now, one thing I do want to say, into volume point of control here, down over the past 2 to 3 weeks. You know, the possibility upside is there, even if it's like a break even or just above good earnings. Obviously, guidance needs to be good. So the upside possibly is there. They could be priced in a flat or, something kind of like that earnings. But also, again, doing earnings is so tricky. I could say just technical wise, strong support here, 182 to 183, and volume point of control there. So I don't want to see that being broken. Obviously, it depends on their earnings and their guidance. Obviously, market has been weak, so we have no clue what's going to happen. Volatility is high, $23.60. It's just all a wait and see more so. I hope I could give you more there, but I it's really just hit and miss. Oh, you were talking about Peakbot. Where did you have issues? Where did you have issues? Yeah, yes, he did start Alertify. So far from what I've seen, looks great. Yeah, where did you have issues? I haven't had any issues. I haven't had any execution issues. No one's told me anything, so would love to know. Let me drop this off. Okay. Let's get back to this shit right here. I'm going to add my levels back before I lose them, because I will do that. Okay. Okay, you have a spinning top candle right here, weakness, and obviously you could see it confirm that weakness on the next candle while we were talking there. Now it's just a wait and see. So all we could do. Okay. I'm just waiting here, waiting for a trade, possibly a spread. My dog's there. Where's my other dog? Oh, he's over there. Okay, we're holding up. I'm going to be just waiting here for a move. Okay, bouncing there, holding that volume point of control. So this golden line is a volume point of control. Holding that volume point of control there. Oh, yeah. I heard they had a little issue with that in the beginning. I think it's all fixed now, though. Yeah, that was a while ago, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah, it it is pretty tough. Okay, come on, baby. Where did Rivian go today? Did we get to that 14? Oh, shit, I probably should have added. No, not yet. Not yet there. Okay, not yet. We're good. I didn't miss an opportunity. Oh my god, lines, 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 lines. Okay. See what Heat Seeker says for us. 595. Okay. That has grown. That has not been there. 595. Yeah, that has grown a lot. 22. What is it now? Yeah, that has grown a lot. Okay. So possibility that we hold that 595 and let me guess the low of the day. When you look at that, just under 595. Okay, so if we do this, let's look at this. That's 440. 440, 440. Okay, let's do this. We're getting higher than our strike from before. 45 Microsoft. Hold on. Let me guess. Did I miss a trade? Probably. Okay. That's an interesting one. Yeah, that's gotten bigger too. I want to see if I can get a little more downside. And then I want to open a put spread. That's what I'm looking for right now. That's why I keep going back and forth. Okay. So probability of profit. This is a great question. Okay. How do you find the probability of profit on your NDX spreads? So no matter what broker you're on, okay, let me go to Robinhood here. So if you go to the sell side, okay, and on Robinhood, it'll show, it says chance of profit. You should see that very clearly. On other brokers, it could say that too. Or what you have to do is just go to the sell side, whatever broker you're on, click on a strike, doesn't matter, any strike, and look at the delta. Now, for example, if the delta says 0.15, that literally what the probability of profit is the delta is made out of $1. What the probability of profit is if you do the delta that it's showing minus that $1. So $1 minus 0.15 is what I'm just looking at right now, gives you an 85% probability of profit. And you can look that up online to make sure I am correct on that, which I want to look it up just for you. But I do know I am correct on that. But I just want, I'm saying you could double check me. Let me just bring it up. Here you go. Same example, just kind of set it in a simpler way. Look at this. Live trading. Is my screen? Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, so how to find the rate of profit with delta on options, blah, 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 blah. Again, 0 to 100, basically that 0 to $1. A delta of 0.40 suggests an approximately 40. Yes. Okay. Yeah. There you go. 40% chance the option will be in the money. Wait, hold on. There you go. This is what I was saying. For sellers of options, this is what we were looking at. This is what you want to look at. That's why I was confused when I was reading that for a second. Okay, so 1 minus a delta showing. If the delta is a 30 delta, as they give in the example here, 1 minus 30 equals a 70% chance of probability of profit. So that's exactly what I was going over there. Correct. Yeah. Same type of scenario. The probability of that strike hitting is 15%. Yes. But doesn't the probability of profit mean the percent chance that the option you sold goes green? So hold on, wait, I gotta reread this again. I read that way too quick. What do you mean by goes green? Maybe is where I'm getting confused. I just want to make sure. Let me pull up this. Is this working? Is my screen up? Or no? For me, it doesn't show my screen's up. That's why I'm asking. For me, it doesn't show it. Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, for some reason it doesn't show it on my end, so I just want to make sure. Yeah, waiting for a put spread, but it looks like that 594 level, 595, and it's continuing to grow here. Look, we were just at 36 million technically. Now we're at 38 million. So if we get down there, I will look for a spread a little farther out. What was that on here? That was 420. Okay, 440. So it broke that 650. Oh, sorry. It broke that 650, but instantly came back in. So weak there. Yes, the probability of profit changes as NDX or SPX or anything you're following moves. So yes, 85% chance could always go down to 75% chance, 70% chance. So yes, you are correct on that one. How long have you been trading NDX spreads for? That's a good question. Do you have any stats you can share with us on the results of your Yeah. Well, first off, you can look at this. I've been tracking this only $5,000. Been tracking this account for a year now because I wanted to have data, one for myself and for people, going over this. So you could see all my trades in this last year. I think I almost have enough trades in a year. Let me see. 365 days. What do we got on trades? We have 328 trades. Oh, figure these ones out. Been trading NDX spreads for maybe 2 or 3-ish years. I was trading a lot of Qs and SPY before that. I'm looking at selling a spread for tomorrow and maybe swinging. I mean, you could go 1,000 points out, over 1,000 points out. That is, well, I know we have Nvidia earnings tonight, but that is just absurd. That's crazy. So if I do this, hold on, I just want to see something. 20. Let me do the math. 24. 20. It's a 5.4% move going out that far. Holy shit. So where would we have to go for this? I just want to check this out. This is 25,200. This is 25,400. That is very interesting. This is 24,900. That's 400 points higher. The probability of profit on those is 97%. That's literally crazy. That's interesting. I did not think you could really go 1,000+ points out because of that shit. Also, we're going to be trying a new trade on Friday. It is going to be a swing. It is someone in my room. Someone in my room brought this up to me. He did years of back testing on it. I actually, hold on, let me ping it from DT. Give me a second. It's just really great because I've been wanting to add a lot to side. Let me just find exactly what he said. Okay, so he backed to this strategy, and it's been working at a 90% plus win rate. And he's been testing on his live account for over a month now, and he has not had one loss. He said one of his contracts for 1128 is in danger a little bit, but he plans to let it go to expiration. Let me mark this. Let me pin this. I just want to pin that. And do I? No, I don't. Okay, hold on. One second. So from 10%, hold on one second. Here it is. Pin this. So basically the strategy that he has been doing, hold on one second, I'll answer those questions. Basically the strategy that he has been doing, he stated, was he enters on Fridays. I'm going to read this word for word. I enter on Fridays, or at least put my orders in on those days. So even if they don't fill till later, he's looking at 20 days out, 20 day to expiration, $25 wings. And on Fridays, you're able to do that. He's focusing on NDX, also to make that clear. So let's say, for example, he's selling at 25,000. He's buying at 24,975. That's what he's looking at there. And he tries to do iron condor spreads with it. After research, he sees that the Friday expiration offers those $25 wings that we just talked about, and that all other expirations offer only $100 of wings, which is too much capital. That's $10,000 per contract. He's been testing it with 2 to 3 contracts. He says no charts, all math and percentages, and it all hinges on a 140-day average true range and ADR. So ATR and ADR. And then on Friday morning, he takes the Thursday 140 ADR or ATR. Let me write this in there too, so you guys can see. But I'll keep reading it right now. Then he divides it by 28, which gives him a rolling 5-period average of 28-day ADR and ATR. And then he adds 10% to that number to make it safer. At 10% number, and then he takes the result of that and adds or subtracts it from the Friday morning open price. I round up to the nearest $25, and those are my strikes to enter. I found that adding the extra 10% increases the win rate. For example, entry gives him with $20 at risk, or $500 with $2,000 at risk. Back tested it for 9 years. It's above a 90% win rate. What I don't know for those 9 years is if it would always fill at a $500 premium to keep my risk and reward intact. But it requires the high win rate. So now let me add this into here. So that long message is what was said. Yes, try to read it. We see the charts in your face. Cool. I went too far. Yes, I've been increasing in size on that spread challenge since we've been going. Holy shit, NDX just ripped. Will you join the Wolf live stream? Yes, I will. At 2 p.m. I'm going to be switching over to the Wolf live stream then. Do run stops on overnight swings? Sadly, hard to do that. So basically, I guess no. What do you want, buddy? I think my dog wants a little treat. This boy's a thick boy. He's a thick boy. Yeah, you'll get a treat. Give me a second. You guys hear him? I don't know if you could hear it. I don't know if I have the thing on where you can't hear it. So that was a nice move there. Give me a second. Let me get them a treat. But we rejected at that 708 level that I talked about. Something to watch there. Yeah, it definitely sounds interesting. He's been trading it for just under 2 months. I'm going to take a first trade on it on Friday, and I will talk about it here. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, you guys want treats? Come on, let's go. saw my dogs eating. I was like, damn, I haven't ate today either. Let me throw this camera off. Okay. The message is. Oh, is it? No, the message is not cut off. At least on my thing, it doesn't show it. Wait, hold on. Okay, strong rejection there. Let's see. I want to see if Heat Seeker went down. Nope, still going up there on that level. Still going up there on that level. In 15 minutes, we're going to hop over to the Wolf Live. You guys could see my screen still? Because, again, it's not showing it for me. I just want to make sure. But so far, so good. Things just kind of sitting here. Yeah, I turned my camera off. I'm eating. I don't think anyone wants to watch me eat. I'm just watching to see how this market's doing here. See if I can get a put spread, but our Vanquish prop firm options spreads look really good. Again, I don't see Qs getting to 584 by 4 p.m. because it automatically closes it at 4. Oh, yes. Fed minutes at 2. Yes, you are correct. Someone said FOMC today, and I was like, it's not FOMC today. It is the minutes today. Yeah. Yes. You hear that? Shit. My fault. I'm a quiet eater, too, so now you're going to make me mute myself. Yeah, just chopping around here. I'll put my face back on in a second. Yeah, up, down, up, down. They're trying to hold 600 here on Q, but we'll see how that plays out. Yep, and there we go, holding it. Okay, let's rock and roll, baby. Look at this. Let's see. Look at my dog. Hold on. This guy had a rough day in the markets here. One second. Dude, what do you want? You were just walked. You just had. Guy's getting angry at me. Is it popping up? No. Up on my screen right now. I don't know. So look with this restream. I don't see. I don't know if anything's working right now because I don't see anything for restream. Do you guys see my dog? Look at this guy. He had a rough day at work. Very rough day at work. Doing big sleepies on the pillow. Okay. So now the chart should be back up. Yes, they are. Okay, cool. Thanks. Okay, they're holding that 600 level. Really have not gone. Oh. What? 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 All right, hold on. Give me a second. Oh my God! What do you guys want? I heard him bounce his tree against the wall. That's great. Okay. Waterfall or Rip It 2? I have no idea. I'm scared. I could not tell you. It's going to be interesting. That's for damn sure. No matter what it is, it's going to be interesting. Let's see. Let's see what the market gives us here. Rip it. Rip it. I'm trying to. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to get a put spread. Riding that 9 EMA up. I don't know, man. I don't know. There's a lot that could happen here. The Vanquish account is up $874 right now with 335 more to go. I'm 25% to my profit target. Cool. Okay, so now there's a 604 target here on Qs. Let me just pull this up really quick. Yeah, I do want to do a put spread. Wait, by the way, can you guys see my screen? Because now it's literally showing no screen. Just let me know if you can see my screen. Oh, fuck. What the fuck did I just do? You can see my chart. You can see me switching. That's what I want you to see. Can you see me switching across the screens? Heat Seeker, Vanquish, Trading View, back to here. Oh. You lucky bastard. Yeah, I sold it right at that 200%. And literally when that happened, it fucking ripped. That's good though. Okay, you see everything? Perfect. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Okay. Hold on 1 second. I have to take this call. Sorry. I am back, which is crazy. I had to get on a phone call there. Congrats on the kid. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh shit! Who the hell is calling me now? Oh, never mind. Okay. Yeah. Oh no. Listen, I trade for a living. This is what I do for a living. Own real estate, stuff like that. Check UNH. Yes, we'll 100% do that right now. Sorry about that. Let's go on that. UNH. Sorry, just getting some stuff done. Okay, this 306 level needs to hold volume point of control at 300, 302. So yes, obviously 300 key level, and then 295. 295 is something I would watch big time. So 295 and 300. Okay, so let's see what we're doing here. Now we're just kind of stair stepping here, higher lows, but we didn't get a higher high here on that. I should say, since those higher lows there. Okay. I know what I wanted to bring up. This level right here has been growing exponentially. Now the 593 is going back. Where are we? Okay, look at this 604, 25K. Look at the 604, 29K. Where are we at now? 26K. It was just higher. 29K. 37K. See, that level's growing. So they may hold us in between 604 and 595. That's what I'm understanding. I could be wrong. But you have like two magnets on either side. That's how I understand it. Again, I'm still learning the heat seeker, but I love the tool for sure. Definitely adds confluence. Next one down to the volume point of control. Fuck it. I just started a little long there. Let's see if we get something. You can't see that screen. Hold on. Now you can. You should be able to. I started along there at 635, coming into the volume point of control there, and the 50 SMA, which is that line right that I'm hovering. If we get to 650, oh, okay. Okay, so right there, let me sell one. I mean, it's not like I had size there, but I want to get a little buffer on this account before I do anything. Stop and profit. Probably gets wicked really quick, but yeah, here's what it is. Maybe like $40 there. Oh, it was just a scalp. I probably should have did size knowing it was a scalp, but I got a nice scalp size for sure on that new account. Talk about Heat Seeker, will you please? I'm just trying to learn it. Basically gives you nodes on Gamma and Vanna. That could be key support in resistances or levels to target. That's the simplest explanation, in my opinion. Would you ever... What the fuck? Connected the USB camera. Would you ever consider hooking up your trade bot to both Asgard and BTF? That way you can alert the NDX spread. NDX spreads, by the way, I actually post in both rooms just by posting. There's no bot for it. So that technically, no. Do you think he's reactive to price or predictive? Actually, I'm not too sure, JJ. I'm still learning it. So, dude, no. This guy's a fat boy. He just wants food. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have had my stop so tight, like I said. Because look at that shit. No. Dude, why are you crying? The Fed minutes just came out. That's why we got that spike there too. Yeah, I know. The index spread is at max profit. I know. Can't win them all. That is what it is. It is a shame. It is a shame. I am going to move us over. Well, I can't move us over, but I'm going to move over to the Wolf one. We will be live in the morning again tomorrow. Other than that, again, size appropriately, be smart, and let's make some money. I'll post any trades if I have them by the end of the day, but around 2 o'clock now, probably nothing, just some scalps, if anything. If you guys have any questions, again, always ask. Discord, X, I answer everything, as you guys know. Drop the Wolf for link. Okay. Drop the link for Wolf, yes. If you guys are interested in trading with us live daily, you can join us at bulltradefinder.net. It's rolling at the bottom. Let me do this Wolf YouTube. Okay. You to go. I love all of you. I will catch you later.